of all, can everybody hear me back there?
Yeah.
Sayedna, Bishop Anthony, Father Andrew, Kudia, the chairs, Susie and Renee, and the PLC committee, and Reverend clergy, and the board of trustees, and Roger Davids here, or the president of the St. Ignatius Order. I hope I got that right, otherwise I'll be hearing that tomorrow. But it's kind of, when you hand the mic over to the younger brother, it can go in a lot of different directions. So I just want to take a little poll. How many have kissed their brother's hands 4 times today? And how many grew up doing that? Just a couple? Well, we didn't have to do that. But I've had a unique view of my brother's spiritual journey. From the little town in Ironwood, Michigan, the farthest town in Michigan from Grand Rapids, from a mission church all the way to the Belmont in Lebanon. And I remember this one day where it was a summer vacation, and I saw this UPS truck drive up to our house, which was an unusual event. And being the youngest, of course I thought it was for me. And I see this UPS driver struggle up the stairs with this 3 by 3 foot box. And I run up there and I look on the label and it says my brother's name. And I'm thinking, wow, what did he get me? And he was in the back, and my mom yelled for him. He was in the backyard throwing footballs through a tire that my dad had hung from a tree. So he comes around the corner and he's opening up the box, and I'm more excited than he is. And I look in there, and it's summer vacation, and I look in the box, and I see books. And I dig a little farther, and it's Saints books. Volume, I quit at 15. And so it wasn't long after that we would see a lawnmower in our backyard. Half the lawn was mowed, half of it was unmowed. But we all knew what that meant. Bishop Anthony was thinking about something, phased out, went up to his room for 4 or 5 hours and reading, or I should say room/library, and was researching or reading. And then 4 or 5 hours later, we'd hear the mower start up. He had finished the lawn. And from there, my dad noticed this routine happening, his disappearances. And he looked to Bishop Anthony and he said, son, he said, if you don't take the words out of those books and put them into people's hearts and souls, you just might as well leave them on the shelf. And as your younger brother, I can say you've done a good job. I can't talk for anybody else, but I can say that the words you got from those books resonates into my heart, into my soul. And Dad, whose tie I have on, would be at peace with your journey from those books to the words, to the hearts and souls. And then we find ourselves from Ironwood all the way one day to the Belmont in Lebanon. And I see some of the folks here that were there on that day. And I'm going to try to bring you back to that day. Imagine this, a 12th century church built from limestone in a big cathedral ceiling, stone walls and ceiling. And in the upper right-hand side, there's a chanter stand with 12 to 15 young seminarians doing the Arabic chants powerful, rhythmic, right on tone. And it's resonating through that building and resonating into us who were there that day. And my daughter, Rebecca, you probably never heard of her, she was kneeling on that stone floor. And she inched up towards the altar. Her eyes wide open, her camera ready for a 4-hour service. And my wife, my beautiful hearted wife, gripping my hand. And my brother kneeling on that 12th century altar. And there was a Bible over his head. And our father, his beatitude, Ignatius IV of thrice blessed memory, his hands, 93 years old, standing for 4 hours. His hands went over my brother's head in a Lord have mercy moment. And my brother, who had become my father, was now becoming my Sayedna.
Wow.
And at that moment, you know what? I was wondering, how did he get there? And you know what popped into my mind? That green lawnmower, lawn boy, sitting in the back of our yard with the half-mowed lawn. And my mom's phrase, the Holy Spirit works in mysterious ways and keeps on working. And I thought what my grandparents might have thought, because they came from a village right across the valley and up a little bit. And here they came 100 years ago to the United States, and now their grandson is returning back. But I didn't wonder what my parents would have thought, because I knew. They would have said something like this. They would have said, today you are blessed with the gift of strength in the Holy Spirit. Take care of that gift and use it for others. And I remember me greeting him afterwards. And if it was me, I would have been all excited. But he had a concerned look on his face. And he said to me, I guess God has more work for me to do. And after 10 years, I think he has more work for you to do. And God bless you, my brother, my father, my Sayedna.